my name's Finn Fox. It's nice to finally meet you. It's Sunday, October 12th, 2025, and I think it's about time for me to make some type of release of some type of devlog for my game. Haven't really gotten far enough in terms of promotional content yet, but I do have a Discord server here, official Discord server, and I guess this will work for the picture until I find something else. The game has, because I've been working on it for a year without making any videos about it, the game is like not entirely polished, but the main functionality is there. This will be my first devlog talking about this game, and this devlog is long overdue, so I'm just gonna cut to the middle of my progress. I've recorded the very early parts, but those are kind of boring. There's some funny stuff like lasers glitching and stuff, but I'm just gonna skip to this part. And then I've done more progress than what will be in this video, just as a disclaimer, and that's fine. I'm just gonna cover this stuff first, and then the next devlog I'll talk about what I'm doing currently and also what I did in between the recordings of this devlog and the future progress and stuff. And if people think I should go more in depth about certain things, then I will. So apparently, me trying to edit my videos, and it's all like black with like, it works every so often. Oh, it's fixed. Oh, I didn't even install the drivers. Okay. Well, anyway, I was going to say, apparently it was my drivers not existing, but then all of a sudden they work now, and I didn't even install them yet.
I am so used to like using drivers. I mean, not drivers.
Oh, you're talking about the,
Using
yeah.
gyro
Oh.
aim. Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing something else. I'm doing a recording right now for the YouTube video. Yeah. I didn't even install the drivers yet, and it already fixed the problem. What? What? Wait, what if I close this? Cancel, no wait. Cancel installation, yes. What? What? Okay, delete. Literally haven't even installed the drivers yet, and it's already like, okay, we work now. Bro. What? Alright, well. Okay, alright, I don't even know. Okay. AMD is a really, really weird company. But generally, here's the idea. Originally called Laser Puzzle Game. I'm gonna go into the boop up. Here's the idea. So, there's a lot of indie horror games that exist. There was FNAF. Typically there's like Mascot horror. There is like Hobby Playtime. Like everyone knows these things. Anyway, I had it on my mind for like a while now. Like probably about 5 years. It was like 2020 or 2019 I came up with it. Which would, yeah, that's 5 years. I didn't start working on until like 2024, like June of 2024, or maybe it was 2023. I think it was 2024. Yeah, it's about to be 2026, so technically it would have been 2 years. But yeah, so I started working on it in June because I'm like, you know, I just need to do it, especially because what I wanted out of my game was very similar to something someone else made. Unique Geese made Indigo Park. I can't spell. Can't spell for anything. Anyway, he made this game. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, hold on. I always wanted to do a thing where it was like a mascot horror, like indie mascot horror game about like Disney as a park and stuff. And, you know, virtual characters and stuff, computers on the screen, a lot of things like that. And I didn't want to do it until AI was like a prominent thing. Like, I know people are like, they hear AI and they're like, ooh, oh no. It's like, it's fine, trust me, I'll get to that point. But I wanted to do a thing where like the characters were actually intelligent and they could actually respond back to you. So what I did for this game is it actually has a character where all the storyline data is all written. Like, I'll just show you. It's all written. It's not like predefined and all that, but yeah. It's all here. I should probably blur this out because it'll give like a lot of spoilers for what the whole series will be like. There's a little bit of customization for like certain specific events. As you might see these here. which I'll get to what those mean in a bit, but everything's written. It's not like it's an LLM completely making stuff up. I did want to do that though, but not yet. You know, AI isn't there yet. But it's cool because AI is there enough to do what I want to do, and that's this. Now, before you freak out, just listen to what I have to say. Facial emotion recognition. Now, hold on a minute. Unlike a lot of games like Suck Up and stuff like that, nothing's wrong with this game, but it's like, I'm pretty sure it's actually using a ChatGPT token, so that means OpenAI has all your conversations, which is kind of a privacy violation in my opinion. What instead this game does is the model for doing facial recognition is completely local and run on your computer. And I put it in content, facial rec. Yeah, so this is one of the weights files. This is another weights file. I'm using multiple models mixed together into one to do it. Webcam stuff. And this is just that. But yeah, the actual, I'm not exactly sure where the blueprint files are. I think it's the US assets. I don't know, wait, no, that's probably just the metadata. Yeah, I don't know where the, the blueprints are from a folder perspective. They're in the content browser in the game somewhere. But yeah, I wrote all my code for all of that, so I know exactly how it works. It's really cursed, but I know exactly how it works. It doesn't use Wi-Fi. It doesn't use anything. It doesn't even, in fact, it doesn't even store videos. It only stores the frame it's looking at, and that frame is encoded as a vector. It's not like encrypted, but it's encoded as like a vector hidden within the compiled files of Unreal Engine as a game. And then, so I don't even know where that is, I'm going to be honest. And then on top of that, it's specifically an Unreal Engine texture, which I don't know, that's like proprietary. Like, if someone were going to, like, if you're worried about someone taking your face, they'd have to literally have your computer. And if they're going to have your computer and have your webcam, they're already going to know you in person. And it's a lot easier for them to take a picture of you in person than it is to find that texture file of your face. Of like one frame of your face. So it's pretty safe. So for those of you that are worried, completely, I understand. I'm not going to do a face reveal myself either. Like, I'm super cautious about that stuff. So from coming from a guy that doesn't like people taking pictures of me without my permission, especially posting them, me making a facial recognition like software, like, trust me, it's safe. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, I'm going to talk about this. So the smile and sad comes from, and fear and anger is like basic emotions it can detect. So the story will be driven by your reactions to Finn and other characters in the game through your emotions, which I think is an interesting idea because no one's ever done it before. Not to mention in the future I want something to be a little bit smarter. The main thing was like, I was thinking one night, and I come up with like weird ideas. Some of them don't really pan out because they don't really work if you try them. But this one, I mean, it's worked for the most part because the rest of the game works on it. But the main idea was like, what if you went to like a registration booth, right? Like at the front desk, and then you go, you go to Finn is like the assistant. He's like Mickey Mouse in this universe, basically. You go to him and you're like, I want to get a pass, like, to go into the park. And then, or he gives it to you, whatever. And then he's like, okay, just take a look at this camera right here and smile. Perfect. Now all we need is to get you set up with a pass. Look at this camera right here and smile. And if you don't smile, he's like, that's company policy. And you're like, whoa. You know, because you're not expecting that to actually happen. Like, I see YouTubers all the time. Like, I watch, like, 8-Bit Ryan, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier. I watch, like, a lot of guys. Mainly those three, though. And they'll be commentating. It's really funny. They'll be commentating about the game while they're doing it. But I like it. I'd like to make a game where their commentation is, like, part of the game. And then as I was making this, people were... like, as I was developing this game, like, the past year, people started making, like, games that hear your microphone. And that was, like, a whole big thing. So... I'm like, oh, so people have this idea. But yeah, so I wanted to do something like that where they'd be like, imagine someone's commenting on the game, be like, oh, that's funny, he wants me to smile. And he's like, hey, why aren't you smiling? And he's like, whoa. So I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I think that's kind of funny. So there's an in-game reason to check your like facial emotions and stuff, and also it makes it feel more alive by it being more literally emotionally aware. I worked on a train system and the main game. It's all blocked out. It's like the resolution of the blocking out is like really high, stupidly, and then there's no texture. So I do want to talk about how this game is going to work first off. Okay, so I know this looks crazy, but this is like the original Disney park, and I'm like, what if I use that as like a reference? I want this game, just like the park, to not be linear, not like a set of tunnels that you go through and you just keep going. Like the problem with Poppy Playtime is even though there's an environment, you can only go one way. I want the game to have a linear story, and maybe it turns into like something like Undertale. Because I was inspired by Undertale and Portal. I don't think I said Portal yet, but I really like Portal. Like Wheatley on the monitor, that whole thing was like my whole inspiration for that. For Finn being on the monitor, yada yada, and then the whole like design of puzzles. That's why it's called like in the files it's literally called Laser Puzzle Game. Like it's Emerson Resorts. That is the official title. But before I came with that title, Laser Puzzle Game. Anyway, so I want it to be like a puzzle game thing where it's not linear in such a way where you don't have to go through a set of trials, set of chambers, whatever, to get to the end. You could actually go anywhere you want. Certain things would be locked, but then there'd be opportunities where like multiple things would be open. You can go through. Maybe there's 3 things open, and it doesn't matter which one you go through first, but you have to do all 3. That kind of stuff. But not just that. But let's say you start at the main desk, you go through the subway station into the small inside hub. Now you're in. You're stuck in here, right? This part you shouldn't be able to get to ever again. But everything in here you can always go to. You go to this laser puzzle room. Oh shoot, wrong slide. Oh well, that's annoying. Okay, well anyway, you go into the laser rooms. This is like the first one with the laser tool, all that. You go all the way through. These are linear, but then when you get out, you're in the same room. You can walk down the same hallway. Also, this does have a lot of spoilers on it, especially if you start clicking this, because this is like the whole dynamic of like where to go, all that craziness. But anyway, so the idea is that you can go into a room, go out, go back into that room. You could unsolve the puzzle, but then you'd have to resolve it again to, if you get stuck in there. In this example, let's say I unsolved this and closed this door. I could just walk through or resolve all these and yada yada. You can't ever get soft locked, as far as I'm aware, and that's why I have bug testers. I have like a whole thing on my Discord for that. But you shouldn't be able to get soft locked. But the main idea is that you have the freedom to go anywhere, and that there'll be like fun little things you could do. Like unlike a lot of these games, sadly, in a real theme park, like maybe this is too ambitious, but in a real theme park you can actually explore it. Like, have you ever wondered what it would be like to be in a theme park where no one's around, right? Wouldn't that be interesting? It'd be eerie, and I like the backroom stuff. So I like those kind of liminal spaces. So I was thinking, what if I made the game in such a way where even though it's weird that there's no one here, in fact, it even taunts you with the liveliness of it and the lack of life, where you can go into, let's say, FnHat booth / store, and you could literally not buy, but because there's no one there, you could literally like take items and like use them. But there's no one there. Why are all those clothes, hats, whatever there when there's nothing there? Anyway, so the game linearity would be mixed with another secondary reward system for not necessarily exploration. I mean, yes, but also in like discovery. Like small achievements, like this penny press, where you have to find a penny in the rooms to use a penny press, and that's like a thing. I like doing that when I went to theme parks and stuff. I didn't go very often, but like whenever I went to like some type of like thing, either I went out of the state, like they don't even really have them anymore, but it's a cool thing. Maybe this game will bring popularity to penny press. I don't know. But yeah, I was thinking, you could do penny presses, and you could like actually have Finn's face on a penny. You could pick one of the 4 options and stuff. And then maybe later, you get rewarded with better and better, more recreational things. Like the fnhat bookstore thing where you get to have your name on a hat, just like you could at Disney with like the little ear hats, the 2 like circle things. But then later on, maybe you'll get something like laser tag. Ooh, more quality time with Finn. Stuff like that. A restaurant, possibly? Who knows? I mean, I do, but I don't want to spoil anything, so who knows? You don't know. Not yet. Anyway. But yeah, so that was like the idea, is that you could basically, to sum it up, you could go anywhere. There's a linear track, but after you finish that, you can go back. It's not like one tunnel goes into three and it doesn't matter which three you do, and then that goes into a third tunnel. It's like, or a third level. It's like you can go through tunnel A and then go back through out of tunnel A back to like the main lobby, or you can go through tunnel A like all the way through it to level 2, complete the 3 level 2 tracks, and then go back through back to A again. You know, it's not like you're always going forward. Even if it gives you like 3 or 4 or 5 whatever options, for example, you know, you can always just go back past those. It's not like you can choose and then you're still going on. You're always flowing. You're never going back a level. You're always going level 1 to level 2 to level 3. Mine, you go to level 3 to level 1 to level 2 to level 5, whatever. As long as you've done 4, obviously, but you know, that kind of stuff. And generally, the park will be designed so you can go basically anywhere. So anyway, that's like the main idea. I'm going to get into the devlog of stuff I've actually done. I will skip out on a few things unless people are interested in it. I'm going to skip out on a few things relating to like originally when I was first ever making the game, like what the lasers originally looked like or how they acted. I have videos about that somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where. They might be on like another computer, I'm gonna be honest. I can't exactly find them, but I know they exist. And I have old versions of the game. Like if I go into itch.io, it'll like give me all the versions of the game. And I could just like re-record them, but I didn't think it was too important. Some things were actually really funny, like a laser bootstrapping itself. Like you just have to like imagine for a minute. Here's all the games I have here. Laser puzzle game, no image. Yeah, I've got like a lot of. My naming convention failed. I did 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and then I did 5.0. But then I somehow like had like, I don't know. My brain just like did a glitch and switched 5.3 to 3.5, and then I went all the way back up to 4.0 again. And then I was wondering why it wouldn't let me upload 4. I was like, oh, because it's already named here. Windows tests it. Oh, yeah, that's weird. So these are all the versions. As you can see, they're progressively getting bigger. Honestly, there's a lot more content, and this is only 126 bigger. Oh, and I also did some smart stuff. I can talk about my optimizations later, but I can't exactly show it. I'll show it later, but I did an optimization to make like it hold more items because it wouldn't take up as much RAM. Like, or not items, like laser mirrors, because it's a laser puzzle game, there's mirrors everywhere. I made it so that they don't take as much space up compared to this and this because of like a hard reference to the player. I could talk about that more later, but that's basically what I did. But yeah, in the very beginning, honestly, I could download like one of them. Can I just take me to downloads? Yeah, let me download this one. July 12th, that's when I had the official. Yeah, because I worked on it like June 20th or something, and then I didn't have like a finished thing till here. And then I kind of like gave up for a while. July, and then January, like, whoa. February, March, January, February, March, and then what? April, May, June, July, you know, like all that, you know, how's that exactly? Say 2024 up to, yeah. Kind of didn't make any new downloads. Man, it's been a while. And you can see that in my devlogs too. I was going to show that in the devlog. Let me just do it right now, I guess. Yeah, that should show you the picture of all that. Let me go to one of my original games though, really quick, because that might be fun to look at. But there was some weird cursed like bootstrap stuff. Like if you made like mirrors, like 4 mirrors and like a rectangle, right? And they are all facing each other. The laser would keep growing and growing and growing in height, and then would just shoot out randomly into space. And it was really funny. But that's the kind of stuff that would happen. I might be able to find that here. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, so this is the original game. Oh, also, I added the laser tool, and I was gonna have originally in the game for you to actually manually push these, but then I kind of sided against it because it was so bad. So if you click F and you just move it, it does that. I also changed this to purple, and then there's this. There's a lot of funny stuff here. Let me just talk about this stuff real quick. There's a lot of funny stuff. Generally it worked. Yeah, it'd glitch and then sometimes disappear. And it was so annoying. And I couldn't figure out how to fix it. Yeah, and it would just do that. But then about the bootstrap, it would grow in height and go ding. Also, this is before I have a cursor or a crosshair. But it would go. It's so funny. But yeah, so it had like weird issues like that, and I couldn't figure out. I still don't even know what caused it, because I just know like it will do weird stuff if certain mirrors aren't where they're supposed to be, and it's really strange. And it also made the puzzles really small back then. But because the puzzles are generally minus size for moving like other things, as far as I know, they're mathematically like infinitely expandable because the lasers just go in a straight line. So that means you can make it technically as big as you want. But yeah, this is the type of stuff I was working on back then. I was like, what if I had pink and then a blue also being used on the same mirror and all that jazz? I think it was around here I did the bootstrapping thing. I might be able to do it again. Let me see if I can do it again, just for funsies. Let me think about this. Because I might have also, like, moved things around. Oh, you're shooting through... Oh, yeah, I have a laser emitting cube, so you can't... Yeah. This isn't a thing in the game. But I actually forgot about it. But I was thinking about doing it. Oh, and then this is funny. So this box forces you to look at that, and then because of that I can do this. Perfect shot. It's so loud. Oh my god. Anyway, this is my camera. So I don't have a camera, so it's gonna be all white, but if you did, this entire cube would just be like your camera. All 6 sides would be like whatever your camera sees. Which is a funny little Easter egg in the game. So only people that watch this devlog would know about that. Map. It says like first person shoot. Oh, this is before I made the ramp back up here, so I literally can't leave. Oh, unfortunate. But yeah, so let me see if I can do the bootstrap thing. Let me push it one more over this way. It's like really hard to do. Trust the process. Oh no. I went I'm in the thing again. Oh, stop it. Oh my gosh. Ah! Okay, there we go. Now that this is there, I can... Nope. So you can see how this is super annoying. I can push this all the way back here. Maybe. And then if you, like, lose it, because it moves slightly forward than you, and it was annoying. I'm going to push you back. Oh, shoot. You have to do F. Oh my god. F. Okay. F, push. Oh, it's like that? Oh, that's disappointing. It might not work then. This has to be more aligned. Ah, that's annoying. Yeah. Okay, because it does that cool stuff. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but it would make a loop like this, and then it would just keep going up and then shoot out. And it was just a weird thing I found. I think what I was doing actually is I was like using editor mode and like moving things around. Like using... Yeah. So that was that. Also, there's no quit button in this game, so I have to do that. And then as things got more and more developed, things started happening. Let's take a look at what this looks like. Go down memory lane. I might not need to necessarily like make a devlog of all that stuff if I already have all of these. Plus, I've been saving stuff to GitHub, except for there was a time where I had to delete my project because it was remembering things that it shouldn't have, like weird Blender files and stuff, and it was using the GitHub like LSM file. I don't know. It's like long storage file. I don't know. It was weird. So I had to like copy my project so it wouldn't like delete, and then I'd delete my project. And that was like just in case. I don't think I needed to, I don't think it removed it, but, you know, just in case. A lot of stuff. And then I actually added this, so we have these basic emotions, 1, 2, and 3. And then I think I added a 4 and 5. I don't think I went to 6, but I went 4 and 5 for later. And also press E to move. I used to have it on E. It was so weird. I don't know why I didn't just do left click. And then another thing is, if you click E, and you, okay, there's not another one, but you have to click R to reset it. But if there was another one, it wouldn't like auto set. I'll show you what that means in a second. Okay, so that's him over there. I should be able to just get away. Also, the front desk actually had Finn on it, which I changed that so that the front desk is actually down there now. Because I was trying to do like a Poppy Playtime kind of like looking front desk.
Enjoy your
Oh,
photos.
there he
Wait,
is.
a guest?
This is where it
You're
used to be
a
before I had a
guest?
photo
Guest?
booth.
Hey, my name's Finn. Finn Fox. It's nice to finally meet
Oh,
you.
I think I do have to go to the
Sorry,
front desk.
it's
Because I used to
been so long
race
since I've
to get up
seen
there.
another
That must
guest
be this
enter here.
version.
Wait, if you're
So
here,
much has changed.
you must want a guest pass.
I guess I've had
Just
that
go
for a
over to the
while.
registration room at the front gate, and I'll get you all signed up. Please don't
Please.
leave.
Yeah, that was me voice acting all that. It's crazy stuff. Made this really cool door. Let's watch the door animation. It's like really cool. Oh, so neat. Anyway, bonk.
Okay, just take a look at this camera right here and smile.
So let's say you don't smile. Well, you do smile. Oh, it broke. Well, this version has a quit button, which is very convenient, but very strange. I don't know why that didn't happen. I wonder if it counts though. Is it glitched enough to count? It's probably because I was switching it last minute. There's a lot of weird bugs I found with the viewer. Like if I pause, everything in the game pauses, you can see. But then if I replay it, the way that play media works is like it's glitched. Oh, you can just walk here anyway. Okay, fun. Oh yeah, I remember now. I made it so that it does it like when you just first talk to him, such that I would go there to talk to him and then run all the way back. Yeah, I'd have to do E to move, but if I click E, it won't do it unless I click R to click E. And then people were having complaints about that because they'd forget that they had E on here, and then they'd be like, why isn't it working here? And then they have to remember to click R, and then you might just do it. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's like really bad. Plus E is just not... I was thinking about it because it's like, that's the typical interact in games. Man, it's so bright in here. Like in the newer levels, it's like so dark. And then also that gets blocked, which is annoying, and a lot of stuff. Hold on, there's something wrong. Should be down here, yeah, I thought so. There we go. But yeah, I'm basically like spoiling these levels. But this is what they look like in the day. Let's do that, this, that, the other thing. Oh, forgot about this guy. But yeah, so this is just basic gameplay, and then you go here. And then I had a friend that was, he was like, oh, I bet I could do it like sub 30. And he played the whole puzzle, and it was like 1 minute 30, but then he was like, oh, no, I can do better. And he found out that if you do this, you can just run to the end. You can either jump over this way, or you're supposed to go this way. Ah, shoot. Here, give me a sec. You can just do that too. But yeah, that's what he did. And that's why I put this here. The smiley, the high. And this is supposed to be, this right here is supposed to be like, it's off right now, but if it was on, it would be like a timer. Where once you start the level, it times you, and it has a timer like in the corner where where the face is, where the face used to be, and it would just time it. Oh, yeah, because I made a thing where like if you try walking back, it'll close. Yeah, so that's the cool thing. That's the old museum that existed, so we can go back to that. Because I showed the museum on the map. The museum is supposed to be like, it's just supposed to like set you up for, oh yeah, I also have this weird glitch where sometimes you'd be in the floor. Don't know why that happens. It's not a thing anymore. But anyway, you'd be like, oh, this piece. Huh, what's that piece? You saw that in the other rooms. What's this piece? This is actually like a piece for the future. Like I said, they're not even in game, but a lot of the bare bones mechanics have already been made. And this is it originally used to be the white blocks, but now they're purple. They just block it. Laser emitter or receivers, laser emitters. Yeah. Yeah, the laser effect looks so nice. As you can see, I got rid of the whole like tool thing. And in the future one, you just click like a lever to do that. But yeah, that's that.